Okay, really quickly, I'm gonna just see what happens if I agree with Hugo to walk me home instead of Sol. Since we saw how that turned out. Oh. Okay, Hugo's right, Sol. You look beaten up. But Leah, at least she knows her limits. Sol says nothing, but he clenches his fist. You notice a few red marks on his knuckles. Your eyes furrowed. I'm fine, Leah. Sol tries to reassure you. You shook your head no. Well, for me, you aren't. You look up and give him a reassuring smile. I'll be fine, Sol. Besides, I have Hugo to keep me safe. You go home first and get some rest. All right. He squeezed your hands, too hesitant to let you go, before his hold eventually slipped and as he lets you go. With that, Sol takes his leave. He walks backward, his eyes still on you, making sure that you're in his sight before properly walking front. Hugo sighs and you face him. Well, ain't he a charmer? Is it working? You raised your brow at his question. Working what? Charming you, obviously. Don't worry. This is a secret between you and me, he says with his fingers on his lips and a wink. You blushed. He's nice. I owe my life after that. And, you chuckled, thinking about the long-haired male. He is handsome, I will admit that. What's with that smirk on your face? Oh, nothing. Before you could retaliate with a question, his gaze softened, taking you a bit aback as he looked down at the pavement below, kicking a pebble. Have you ever liked someone, Leah? What's with that sudden question? Just answer. You paused as you thought for a second, and the first person that appeared in your mind was Sol. You thought of Sol, how he protected you, how he didn't hesitate to beat those guys down, the pure terror in his eyes, how worried he was. You couldn't get it out of your head. He's been an amazing friend. Even if he did beat those guys up, those guys deserved more than getting beat up. They deserved jail time. Nonstop. Is that a red flag? Maybe. Do you care? Nah, maybe not. A smile made its way to your face, and it was just enough of confirmation for Hugo. Eventually, you arrive at the door of your apartment, and you thank Hugo for accompanying you. He gives you a smile, rubbing the back of his head. I'll see you tomorrow, Leah. Sorry the day didn't go well. It's okay, Hugo, but we're gonna have to have a proper plan next time. Of course. Hugo nodded. He turned his heel, his back facing you, ready to leave, but he remained still in his spot. Are you gonna warn us about him? Leah. Yes? Be careful walking late at night, okay? You paused, turning your head slightly at him. There's been multiple cases of missing people lately. I suggest you go home with someone. Anyone. Just don't go alone, alright? I understand. Missing people? When did that happen? No, when did that start? Oh, and one last thing, Leah. You turned his head around as he looks at your confused face. His eyes soft, but light against him seems like he's giving you a warning. Take care of Sol for me, okay? And with that, he left. You entered your apartment, lights dim as you groaned, searching for the light switch. Much better. You nod in approval before heading to your kitchen. You open your fridge and start rummaging around for something to eat. I forgot to do my groceries. You let out an irritated sigh, seeing there's nothing good besides the leftovers from yesterday's dinner. You shrugged, deciding to heat this one up after you set your things down. You don't really feel like cooking or ordering either. Sighing one last time, you closed the door to your fridge as you made your way to your room. You placed your school bag near the desk as you take your seat, skimming through the notes you've taken for the day as you wrote down all the needed notes. You clicked your tongue as you tapped your blank notebook with the tip of your pen, going on with your silent staring contest with the blank paper before you. You let out a groan, deciding to work later, and closed your notebook and stood up. You turned to your window, noticing it being slightly ajar. Oh my gosh, did Sol sneak into our apartment? Right now? Like, why now? Of all times. Is he gonna drug us again? That's weird. I thought I closed this. You went near it to close it and shut it, but was met with the now broken lock. You cursed. I thought I already replaced this 2 days ago. Maybe I should buy my locks online. You let out a groan as you left it alone. You went out of your room and into your living room. Your TV blared as you munch on some leftovers you got from the fridge, a movie currently playing as you kept your eyes on the protagonist. If you recall correctly, this is one of those films Jess keeps talking about, staring at her favorite lead character. You finally get what she was gushing about. The lead does look attractive. Blonde, wavy hair, sharp eyes, with sharp eyes as pink as fuchsia. Okay. And you still can't remember the actor's name. You took out your phone as you started to search up the name of that actor when it suddenly changed. Instead of a blonde actor on the screen, a report comes instead with a banner below. Another missing persons case? Is this what Hugo was talking about? A shiver went up your spine, remembering the broken lock on your window back in your bedroom. Not tonight, Leah. Wait. Turning off the TV, you went to your kitchen to grab something to drink. No scary thoughts for tonight. You opened your fridge, feeling the cold air hitting your face as you rummaged through, taking out a pitcher of orange juice. Girl, it's always going to be the freaking orange juice. We're about to get drugged again. You take your glass from the cupboard as you pour the juice to the last drop, taking a sip from it. You check the clock on your wall, 9:30 p.m. That late already, huh? You checked your front door and windows, seeing everything locked before grabbing your glass and finishing the last drops of orange juice before heading back to your bedroom. Now dressed in your nightwear, you let out one last stretch, a yawn escaping from your mouth. Getting in your bedsheets, you laid in comfort. Today was a lot, you thought. Another yawn escaped your lips. You must be really tired, you thought. Your eyes were going half-lidded. No, somebody drugged your orange juice. And eventually sleep took over. The moon was high up in the sky, the night quiet, save for a few honks from the late-night cars. But all that's not enough to wake the sleeping residents. Still broken, huh? You should be careful, Pumpkin. Clad in all black, with a mask of the same color adorning his face, he slowly makes his way to the sleeping figure, his reddish eyes bright, filled with adoring love. He reached out to stroke a finger against his beloved's cheek. Look at my sleepy sweetheart. Makes me wonder who supplies Hugo with these sleeping pills. He lets out a low chuckle as he leaned closer to Leah. Pulling down his mask, he leans forward, checking her face before continuing. He buries her face in the dip of her shoulders and leaves a peck. He takes a deep inhale. He shakes as if he took a whiff of a dangerous and addictive drug. Oh, but like, okay. I need to get it together. Because why is part of me like, oh, but look at him admiring us. And the other part of me is like, you drugged me. Yeah. And you're in my freaking house. His eyes bright as he examines every feature of his soulmate's face as he gives Leah's cheek a kiss. Fudge. You smell so good. Pardon me. He lifted her arm and watched as it flops down, deep in sleep, like Sleeping Beauty. He nibbles her neck, earning him a soft whimper from the sleeping individual, and he just chuckled. Quite ticklish, aren't you? And he kept going. He kissed and lapped the same spot to the point a mark started to form. Okay, I'm getting freaked out now. Why are you trying to leave a hickey on her neck while she's asleep? Soul, come on, get it together, bro. Get it together, bro. Those filthy scums think that they could touch you. His eyes slanted in anger. His grip on the edge of the bed tightens as he wrinkles the sheets, his breathing heavy. You're mine. No one else. You belong to me. If I ever see those bastards again, I'll kill them. Tucking a loose strand away from her face, he gives her a kiss on the forehead before landing another one in the corner of Leah's lips. A shiver ran down his spine at the contact. As much as he would like to stay a bit longer, his time is due. He backs away and covers his face once again with the face mask, and he walks towards the ajar window, turning back one last time. Sorry about your window, Pumpkin. I'll make it up to you someday. He carefully opens the window again, and with that, he's gone. To be continued. Okay. So, you're crazy. Still crazy, man. Do we get a new picture, though? Yeah, this one. He looks so good right there, though. But, like, why? No. Soul, stop it. My little freaking crazy. Aww. He is so fine, though. But Soul, come on. No. This man is insane. That makes me wonder what he would do to freaking, what's the other guy's name? Crow. Why can't I remember it? Crow. What would he do to Crow if we started liking him? I think he would kill everybody. I think he would straight up go on a massacre, actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways. Sorry, I had to come in and just see what happened. But I didn't want to add it to another episode because it was way too long. But, yeah. Soul's insane. And he's cutie pie. But he's also not just like... he's kind of crazy about me. And he just like be watching me to make sure I'm safe. No, he's drugging us, breaking the locks off of our windows. And putting hickeys on us while we're asleep. Gosh, look